The silkworms make the cocoons. The silkworms make the cocoons around their body. It is an egg-like structure. And when the cocoon is finally made properly, we collect the cocoon and then we boil it. We keep it in boiling water so that the threads from the cocoons can easily be separated out. Then we get the silk threads, the threads which is required for making the silk clothes, okay, or silk fiber, sorry, silk fabric, okay. That thread or we get from the cocoon. So cocoon is the egg-like structure formed around the bodies of silkworms. And from those cocoons, we get the threads to make the silk clothes. Okay, is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now you can lower your hand. Okay. So thinking questions, this part was not done. Still, I can see many students have raised their hands, but as only 2 questions are there, let's do it first, then I will talk to you. The first question is, why do you wear dark color clothes in the winter season? Why do you wear dark color clothes in the winter season? Who can tell the answer? Swarnakshi, can you tell the answer? You have raised your hand, I can see here.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, can you tell the answer?
Because the dark colors absorb the heat and keep the body warm in
Very
winters.
good. Very good. So we wear dark color clothes in winter season because the dark colors can absorb the heat and keep our body warm. Very good.
And
That
I
is
want to tell you something.
yes, tell me that.
I want to tell that in our school app, in the performance sections, will our exam ranks will be given?
No, no rank will be given for this exam. Okay, rank will not be given. Okay.
And ma'am, I want to tell that in my English language book, 4 chapters are missing from that book.
Okay, then you will have to tell it to the, you will have to call to the school's office and tell it to them. Tell them about that you don't have 4 chapters in your English book. They will definitely do something. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. So the answer for this question, why do you wear dark color clothes in the winter season? The answer will be, we wear dark color clothes in the winter season because the dark colors help to absorb, the dark colors can absorb the heat and it helps to keep our body warm. This is the answer. Now next question is, why do you wear, what do you wear when you go to school? What do you wear when you go to school? Trisha Bera. Trisha, you unmute your device. Trisha Bera, unmute your device. Yes. Trisha, you tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you wear when you go to school?
Yes, ma'am. I am telling. We wear a uniform when we go to school.
We wear a uniform when we go to school. Very good. So these 2 questions were left from this chapter, and this is these are the answers. I'm again telling you, students, note it down. Why do you wear dark color clothes in the winter season? We wear dark color clothes in the winter season because dark colors can absorb the heat and helps to keep our body warm. And what do you wear when you go to school? So you will have to write that we wear uniforms, or we wear a uniform when we go to school. So these are the questions. Project idea and craft activities. This part you just mark cross to this part. For now, you don't need to do this. Okay. Now, what is the next chapter? We will start the next chapter today, as this chapter is completed, reading part and exercise, both of them. So, yes, Shushnata, why you have raised your hand?
Ma'am, I have raised my hand to tell the answers of thinking questions.
Okay. So these are done now. Okay, tell me what is the next chapter?
Ma'am, the next chapter is States of Matter, chapter number 10, page number 70.
Yes, very good. So today we will start the next chapter, that is the states of matter. Everyone open that chapter. Chapter number 10, states of matter. Here you can see. Yes.
Ma'am, I want to say that I have completed the syllabus of science in my puja vacation.
Very good. That is very good. So you revise it when we will read again. Maybe you will get to know something new, some new information. Or if you know something new, you can also share it with your class, with your friends. Right? Okay. So now we will start a new chapter, that is the states of matter. Chapter 10. Everyone open it from your book. Here you can see at the very first page, you will see a box is there. States of matter means there are three main states of any matter, any object. The three states are solid, liquid, and gas. Let me give you an example. Like ice is the solid form of water. When you heat the ice, it will be melted. It will become water. So water is the liquid form of water. And when you will boil the water, have you seen that steams come out? What are those steams? The steams are actually water vapor. That is the gaseous state of water. That means there are three states of a matter. They are solid, which is very hard, liquid, and gas. So now what you will have to do, you will have to mark here. Everyone do it in your book. I'm showing you here. The first one, it's a rock. So it will be S. S for solid. The second one, though it's a ball, but this ball is filled with gas. So this is why we will write G. In the third one, this one, you can see the glass is filled with juice. Juice is a liquid. So we will write L. In this one, you can see that the cup is filled with tea. Tea is liquid. So here also, we will write L. L for liquid. Here, it's a balloon. Balloon is always filled with, when it is inflated, it is filled with gas. So this is why we will write G here. G for gas. Ice cube. Ice cubes are solid states of water. So we will write S here. Next, you can see the glass is filled with milk. Milk is liquid. So this one will be L. And the last one, what is this? This is also a gas balloon. Okay, it's like parachute. So the gas balloons are always also filled with gases so that people can float. People can travel through these gas balloons. They can also float in the air. So this is why here also we will write G. Okay. So these are the answers. Everyone should write it in their book, in these boxes. Whenever, always remember, whenever you are writing anything or marking anything in your book, you must use pencils. Never use pen. Okay, complete? Okay. So now let's see what is written here. Matter is all around you. So everything around you is a matter. Even we are matter. Okay, anything that has a particular, anything that has a weight and that has a particular size or that has weight, that takes some space, that is called matter. Anything that takes some space and that has a weight, that is called matter. So anything around us is matter. The book, the pencil box, the pen, whatever, the table, the chair, even we are also matters, because when you sit on a chair, can anyone else sit on the same chair? No, because we are taking the space. So this is why we are also matters. Your study table is a matter, your bag is a matter, the air around us, the air that we breathe in, that is also a matter, the water, the milk that we drink, they are also matter, and you are also a matter. That means we are also matter. I have just told you, when we sit on a chair, no one else can sit on the same chair. That means we are taking a space. This is why we are also matter. Now next, go to the next page, page number 71. Here you can see what is written. What is a matter? Matter is anything that takes up some space and that has weight. The amount of space taken up by the matter is known as volume. So the amount of space that you are taking when you are sitting on the chair, that amount of space that you are taking, that is called volume. So here are some important definitions that are given. So what is volume? The amount of space that is taken up by any matter is called volume. Matter is made of small particles called molecules, and molecules are made of small particles called atoms. Okay, everyone look here on the screen. Suppose these dots are atoms. Okay, I'm drawing some dots. These dots are atoms. So many atoms, each dot is an atom. Many atoms together, they make the molecule. So this round or circular structure, suppose this is one molecule. Now like this, many molecules that are made up of atoms, they join together to make the matter. Suppose this structure, this is a matter. So here you can see the dots are the atoms. Atoms make the molecules. The circles, they are the molecules. And molecules together, they make the matter. So we can say that atoms are the building blocks. Building blocks means they build it. They are the blocks that build it. So it doesn't look like this. Okay, I'm just giving one example. This is why I have drawn this type of structure so that you can understand it well. So atoms make the molecules and molecules make the matter. This is why it is said that atoms are the building blocks of any matter. The states of matter, there are 3 states of matter as I have told you before: solid, liquid, and gaseous state. Solids have definite shape and they are hard to touch. Now, why solids are hard and liquids are not hard? Do you know that? Because exactly right now you have learned that matters are made up of molecules. In solids, look here, look at the screen. This is the example of a solid, okay, that is given on your screen. In the solid structure, you can see that the purple colored structures, purple colored ball-like structures that are given here, they are the molecules, okay. Now, in solids, the molecules are packed very closely and very tightly with each other, that they cannot move here and there. They can vibrate, but they cannot move because they are very tightly packed with each other, and so many molecules are there that make the solids. This is why solids are hard and the molecules cannot move from one place to another. This is why you must have noticed that if you keep your pencil box in your bag and after some time you take out the pencil box from your bag, the pencil box will not change its shape, right? It will still be the pencil box. But if you pour the water from a bowl to a glass, the water, when the water was in the bowl, it took the shape of the bowl. But when you pour the water from the bowl to the glass, it will take the shape of the glass, right? But this will not happen with your pencil box. when you put your pencil box inside your school bag, and after some time you take out the pencil box, it will still be pencil box. It will not change its shape, right? Why it happens? Because the pencil box is a solid matter. It will not change its shape. But water is liquid. It will change its shape. Okay. Because solid, the molecules of solid, they are very tightly packed with each other. They cannot move from one place to another. So this is why the shapes of the solid materials, they will never change until or unless any outer effector is there. Okay. Effector means either by heating or by any other temperature change or any other factor, the shape can be changed, but automatically it will never change. But in case of water, you have seen, if you change the container, the shape of the water will also change. Why this happens? Because the molecules that make the liquid, they are very loosely packed with each other. In liquids, you will see here, the molecules of liquids are very loosely packed with each other, so they can float from one place to another. This is why when you pour the water from bowl to glass, it will take up the shape of the glass, and it will be the shape of the water will also be like the shape of the glass. This is what is exactly written here. So for today, you mark up to the liquid. Tomorrow, we will start from the gases. Okay. Now some hands are raised here, I can see. I will just call your names and lower your hands. You tell me why you have raised your hand. Nusaiba Parveen, you unmute your device and tell me why you have raised your hand.